Need a fucking job. Looking for a job, guys. Over here, guys. Holy shit. It's a fucking job center plus. Alright? It's not just a job center. It's a fucking job center plus, guys. Holy shit. But wait. What's so plus about this fucking place? Can't even fucking get inside the place. What the fuck is going on over here? What? No jobs in Stalybridge. Huh? So this place is closed? So what are they doing? Are they having to sign on? These people that have to... These people used to work here. They're signing on now, right? No, but the people used to work here. What are they doing? Are they signing on in Ashton? That's funny shit. Oh, man. Well, there you have it. Fucking... Alright, wonderful. No jobs. Looking for a fucking job. And the place is closed. Holy shit. Alright. I need a fucking job. Looking for a job, guys. Over here, guys. Holy shit. It's a fucking job center plus. Alright. It's not just a job center. It's a fucking job center plus, guys. Holy shit. But wait. What's so plus about this fucking place? Can't even fucking get inside the place. What the fuck is going on over here? What? No jobs in Stalybridge. So this place is closed? So what are they doing? Are they having to sign on? These people that have to... These people used to work here. They're signing on now, right? No, but the people used to work here. What are they doing? Are they signing on in Ashton? That's funny shit. Oh, man. Well, there you have it. Fucking... Alright, wonderful. No jobs. Looking for a fucking job. And the place is closed. Holy shit.
Now, if you're claiming benefits, you probably know you have to sign up to an official government website to look for work. But an investigation by this programme has found that site may contain thousands of fake job entries. The Department for Work and Pensions insists they do monitor the site, but we've discovered that in some parts of the UK, around a third of job vacancies advertised may in fact be made up. It raises serious questions about the government's efforts to tackle unemployment. Ed Howker has been to find out more.
Since March last year, the government has made Universal Job Match mandatory for benefit claimants. Those who fail to register can now have their benefits cut entirely. But can you trust it to find a job? Last year, I was contacted by Richard Evans, an out-of-work librarian. His sector has faced huge cuts, so he was delighted when he saw 32 library jobs had appeared on the site.
You're a former senior library assistant. It's good news, isn't it?
Well, in theory, yes, but due to cuts in libraries, I was intrigued to know where these libraries were and why aren't they being advertised anywhere else, which led me to think is there something too good to be true here?
So he did some research, but Richard couldn't find any other evidence of the jobs. The ads Richard spotted were posted by 3 of 9 separate companies, all posting similar vague and repetitive ads and all secretly connected. So do their jobs exist? I travelled to the Scottish Highlands in pursuit of one. Posted by Thomas Riley, it's for a sous chef working with a contract caterer, and it's based in the village of Lairg. Just 900 people live there, so it should be pretty simple to work out who's recruiting. This is the biggest restaurant, so it's my best bet.
Annette Ward-Hamilton, you're the proprietor of the Lairg Highland Hotel. Are you looking for a sous chef?
No, we're not. We're fully staffed in the kitchen. Yeah.
Next, I tried the campsite down the road.
Sous chef is not, it's too upmarket for us.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Appreciate your honesty.
No
I'm sure the food's delicious.
Thank you.
There's just one place left in Lairg to try.
The Pier Cafe is closed until March. In this weather, you can see why. But I did manage to contact the owners, and they said that they haven't advertised for a sous chef using Thomas Riley. Well, the trailer's gone cold, colder even than I am. There are no restaurants in Lairg advertising sous chef jobs using Thomas Riley Associates, and obviously that's bad news for any job seeker in the area, particularly if they've applied. They've probably been wasting their time.
The Department for Work and Pensions claims that 5 million searches are done on the Universal Job Match site every day, and job seekers have to show they are actively seeking work. If they don't apply for enough jobs, they can face cuts to their benefits, so it's vital that the jobs they are applying for do exist. The government claims they vet the jobs, but Cara Cameron runs the job club in Lairg, and it's her job to know where work can be found in the area. She too has suspicions about the positions they are seeing advertised.
At the moment, there seems to be a range of vacancies that are actually on the Universal Job Match site that we aren't aware of, and we're not sure of their location, although they are listed as being Lairg.
Why is it so important that the jobs on this site are genuine?
To hear nothing, or to not know if there is actually a vacancy available after seeing an advert on a government website, makes it very, very difficult for them to keep their motivation for applying for work.
One of the job seekers here had just applied for a Q consultant's job through the Universal Job Match site.
You've applied for this job as an assistant caretaker posted by Q Consultants in Lairg. What attracted you to it?
I'm looking for any type of work, actually, but when I came across this job here, you know, geez, perfect. 8 till 4, you know, weekends off, £10.70 an hour. Sounds good. So I applied for it. I haven't heard anything back.
Another ad posted by MF Training took me south to a small town in Kent. This one was for a sales assistant working for a national chain of dry cleaners, and the same job is listed in dozens of locations around the country. I answered the ad in Greenhithe near Dartford, where there is only one dry cleaning business.
Do you have any jobs going at this dry cleaners?
No, I haven't.
So there's no dry cleaning job available in Greenhithe at the moment?
No, I don't think so. See, we are the only one and we don't need anybody.
So who is posting these fake ads, and why? On the face of it, all 9 companies appear to be unconnected.
But dig a little deeper, and they all link back to one man in Coventry, Mark Coward.
The ads posted by Mark Coward have something else in common. Every time you apply for one of his jobs, you're sent a link to CV Library, a legitimate job recruitment database. CV Library is unaware of Coward's activities, but each time he persuades a job seeker to upload their details, Coward earns £1. That may not sound much, but Mark Coward has been busy. In the past month and a half, this one man has been responsible for posting more than 11,000 jobs on the Universal Job Match website. That's 1 in 50 of all the positions available in the UK there. And in places like Lerg, the effect is even more dramatic. There, a third of the jobs available have been posted by Mark Coward. We put our findings to Mark Coward, and he told us that he runs a legitimate recruitment business with his wife Dion. They categorically reject any accusation that they willingly posted job adverts that weren't authentic. They claim all the adverts were provided to them by an outsourcing company run by a man named Vikram Mishra in New Delhi. So they had no way of knowing if the jobs were real. But there is no Vikram Mishra at the address they gave, and no trace of the outsource company they claimed to be working with. So I've tracked Mark Coward down to Coventry to find out what's going on. Mr. Coward, it's Ed Hauke here from Channel 4 News. I wondered if you answer a few questions. Excuse me, Mr. Coward? Are you going to take those jobs off the website? They're fake jobs, Mr. Coward. We reported our concerns to CV Library, and they told us they have immediately cancelled Coward's account with them. The DWP told us,
Universal Job Match has already proved successful in helping job seekers get off benefits and into work. There are record numbers of people now in jobs. We have a number of checks in place to deter and remedy inappropriate use of the site and take allegations of inappropriate use very seriously, which is why we have suspended these accounts from placing any new vacancies while we investigate.
And that report there by Ed Hauke. Well, we did invite the Department of Work and Pensions for an interview on what we found, but no minister was available. I am joined now by our social affairs editor, Jackie Long, who first revealed there were problems with the site back in December of 2012. Jackie, I mean, this is pretty embarrassing, isn't it? This is one of the key pillars of the government's Get Britain Back to Work policy.
This issue of bogus jobs has been a problem from the very beginning. If you logged on in the early days, you could find job opportunities as a mafia hitman or as an internet chat babe or an MI6 agent. Now, the Department for Work and Pensions say they do take this problem very, very seriously, although job seekers did tell us that they have been complaining about the jobs and the companies mentioned in Ed's report for some months. Now, in a statement today, the Department for Work and Pensions said through their own checks, they've taken down 3,000 potentially bogus vacancies and closed the accounts of 300 employers. And following this investigation, they have now taken down the adverts that Mr. Coward was putting up.
So they've done some sweeping, they've done some house cleaning, but not enough.
I don't think it is enough, and I think the Work and Pensions Select Committee would agree. Less than a fortnight ago, they said that there was still a significant number of dubious, duplicate and out-of-date job vacancies on this website. In fact, one Tyne Tees organisation, which gave evidence to the committee, said they were surprised to find the significant number of diplomat posts that seemed to be on offer in the North East. So I think the DWP has to do more, the Select Committee says. It says it now wants it to increase oversight on Universal Job Match, not least because it must be remembered that people are now mandated to use this website. Indeed, their benefit can depend on it. So the Select Committee suggests the least the DWP can do is make sure that jobs these people have to apply for are real ones.
Jackie Long, thank you very much. Kathy.
And an investigation by Channel 4 News into fake jobs being advertised in job centres leads to the government revising its vetting procedures. An investigation by Channel 4 News has revealed that government job centres have been advertising bogus jobs. The companies involved hire people who are sellers on the online auction site eBay, but then they find they become victims of a complex scam. Despite warnings, the Department for Work and Pensions carried on advertising the roles for months. Today it said it has changed its vetting procedures. Our technology correspondent Benjamin Cohen has this exclusive report.
The continued economic gloom has left 2.5 million people unemployed.
And many of them end up here at job centres or on their website. And they expect the roles that they're offered will be legal, decent and honest. But instead, Channel 4 News has discovered that for months, job centres have been suggesting fraudulent roles, where the applicants would be unwittingly helping to scam eBay users out of thousands of pounds, and ultimately end up with debt collectors knocking at their door.
I trusted the job centre. I wouldn't trust them again, though.
Victims were lured in by jobs listed on the job centre system for eBay salespeople. The job they get is to list products for sale on eBay using their own existing eBay identity. A buyer wins the auction and pays the lister using PayPal. The lister then pays the company they believe they work for, minus their wage, which is a 10% cut. The company is supposed to send the goods out but never does and vanishes, leaving the seller owing the money to the buyer. This is exactly what happened to this eBay seller, who asked us not to use her real name. eBay and PayPal have refunded the money to her customers and chased her for the money back.
Well, I trusted it because it was on Job Centre, you know, Job Centre's website, but the experience I've had, I'd never ever do again. I wouldn't recommend 6 months of hell, just for the sake of seeing a job on a site that you trust.
She was working for a company calling itself Giftland Limited. It even had a website. It's fake though, you can't buy anything from it. Even after a tip-off, it took the job centre 6 weeks to realise that it was a scam company.
The real Giftland is this shop here in East London. They've got nothing to do with the scam and reported that their name was being used to the police. In fact, the only thing they've ever sold on eBay was a teddy bear a few years ago.
We've spoken to people all over the UK who were stung by a string of sham companies, likely to be run by the same criminals, all lured vulnerable victims in through the job centre.
Why would a company want a third party to be doing the advertising on eBay and that party to get 10%? Alarm bells should have been ringing. I'm particularly concerned that actually some people may have been encouraged to apply for these jobs by Job Centre Plus staff themselves, because if people are on benefit, then they have to apply for a certain number of jobs in order to keep their benefit.
Police forces claimed that the true victims were PayPal and eBay, who refunded the buyers, so police didn't follow up the complaints of the victims we've spoken to. But Channel 4 News understands that eBay has picked up the pace and there is now an active police investigation to work out where all the money has gone.
It's not just pennies we're talking about, it's tax-free, they're getting away with all this money. And someone needs to do something, because they'll just carry on doing it, getting more people in the same boat that I've been in.
eBay and PayPal have suspended the recovery of the money while the police investigate. Since Channel 4 News contacted it and eBay wrote twice in protest, the Department for Work and Pensions has revised its job listings policies. Now it says the job centre must check centrally all jobs that relate to eBay before they go live to see whether they're genuine vacancies or just the latest way to scam innocent victims out of thousands of pounds.
I am now on Indeed. I'm just going to do a quick job search for something like graphic designer. Let's have a look. Preston, find jobs. Graphic designer. Okay, these are very suspicious. If they say sponsored, let's click on it anyway. Graphic designer, SGP Media. Let's find this company. Okay, so it's a unit 24 Harwood Street, Blackburn. Let's go to its website. It doesn't exist. That's a non-job. But we can click on it. Now we can apply there. Basically giving all our details. Send a CV with our home address, name, personal details, and it's gone. Now where has that gone once we've submitted all our details? So we don't know. Let's just go back to the actual jobs board on Indeed. Graphic designer. Again, here's another suspect job. Clear hire. I mean, it's you know, hire is obviously something to avoid because it sounds like it's an agency. Sponsored again by CV Library. Must point out here, CV Library make money off the sale of access to everybody's CVs. I think it's something like £300 and you can pay to access everybody's CV that has been uploaded. Every time I send a CV and an application, somebody gets paid for my details. So again, I wouldn't even entertain anything on CV Library. So there we go. That's the second job, not a job. Third job, radical resourcing. Interestingly, let's go to CV Library again. I know for a fact this job has been advertised for nearly 2 months now. £24,000 to £28,000 for a graphic web designer. Again, quite a lot of money. Very tempting job. More than 10 applicants here have applied for that, and that is just since it was resubmitted, because I know this job is rolling. It keeps appearing. It's always online. So I apply now. CV Library. Attach my CV. Send application. Somebody gets paid for my details. So let's just go to that job, radical resourcing. Let's have a look where radical resourcing is. 17 Portland Street, Lancaster. That's the official address of this company, Radical Resourcing, that are advertising that job on Indeed. So let's go to see outside. Okay, it's a house. Okay, so someone is working from home as a recruitment agency. You can clearly see that is the address of Radical Resourcing. Oh, how fantastic that looks. It actually looks like an office. Let's have a look at jobs. Oh, I wonder where she is. I wonder who these people are. I mean, that terraced house is a little bit small to fit all those people and office equipment in. Vacancies. Not all these jobs. Do these jobs actually exist? Well, let's have a look. There's a job we saw on Indeed. Graphic designer, 24 to 28. Again, a lot of money for a job. Now, if I was to apply, and I'm sure a lot of people have applied this way, again, there's a lot of money to be made in sending your CV because of your personal details. So I've actually found Radical Resourcing on Twitter. Do these jobs exist? Let's have a look. Real graphic design vacancy in Preston. Here's this job again that this lady called Mandy has advertised on Twitter. This was 2nd of February. Graphic design. Radical resourcing. It comes back there. Now, I'm not convinced that job exists. I think this is a means of submitting CVs and people are making money on CVs, and I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so going back to the Indeed jobs board, we've looked at that one. The company doesn't have a website. Does the job exist? Who knows? Clear Hire, another recruitment agency. Does the job exist? Who knows? Radical resourcing, very skeptical. Radical resourcing, very skeptical. Clear Hire again. That is an actual job. I've just checked that out, and that is an actual job. Pitch Consultants, it's another recruitment agency. Now, this is again where it gets kind of interesting. Let's have a look at Alex James Digital. Contact us. Okay, so this is the address, 1 Chapel Street. Now, this is Alex James Digital Recruitment in Prestwich, Manchester. So, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Jobs, again, I would be very skeptical because these jobs are 30 days old. Let's just click on one of these. Basically apply. submit your CV, or again all your personal details. Let's just have a quick look at Alex James. Digital jobs. Let's have a look on Reed. Okay, 50 jobs for Alex James Digital. Posted 26th of January. Okay, posted 4 days ago. All these 5 days ago, 9th of February. There's quite a lot of jobs here. 7 applications. That is just on the Reed. 7 applications for a software engineer. Sent through Reed. 4 applications, 3 applications, 9 applications, 17. There's a lot of people applying for these jobs. 100 plus applications. Look at that. Digital 100 plus applications. That is just from Reed. Now this job here is going to be on. This job is going to be on other sites. 60 jobs. Strange that there's 50 on Reed and 60 on here. So again, you click on here. How many people have actually applied through there? That's a lot of applications. A lot of people submitting details. That's what I'm trying to say. And it looks like it's an individual working in a flat. So do those jobs exist? There's no way of knowing. Absolutely no way of knowing. So going back down the list on Indeed of graphic designers, we can see that no job. Very suspicious, very suspicious, very suspicious. An actual job. Recruitment agency. That looks like a job. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. That looks like a job. That job with that company has been advertised for about 2 years. Now either you can think they're really bad to work for, so they have a very high turnover of staff, or they're just using Indeed as a means to promote their own business to people, because that job is permanently there. It's updated again 5 days ago. I have monitored that, and it is now the 22nd of February. That'll still be there next year. This time next year. Really want to move on. Recruitment, resources. You can just see start your new career, associate. You can just see, that they're the same people advertising a lot of jobs. And there's no guarantee that these exist. No guarantee whatsoever. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is just move on now. And just before I do move on, I just quickly wanted to show you this little black book agency, another recruitment agency in Manchester. There are so many of them. These are just a few examples that I'm showing today. Send CV, Now, if we go to Contact Us, you can clearly see here the address there, which this is the address, the little black book agency. This is the street. Now, when you submit your CV, this is where it's been submitted to. Does this look like a recruitment agency? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure at all. But this is basically where, you're sending your details to. If we look on Reed, these are the jobs. 11 jobs from the Little Black Book Agency. You know, again, 3 applications, 1 application, 4, 12, 3, 4. These have only been posted 9th of February. You know, there's a lot more going to apply. 4 days ago and already that's got 3 applications. All these people have submitted their CVs. By this means, apply now. Apply now. Just send up your CV to this location. Send your CV here. Now, sometime in 2004, Channel 4 did an investigation into fake jobs, and what they discovered is the investigation found that 9 apparent unconnected recruitment websites advertising thousands of positions across the UK are all controlled by one man in Coventry, a Mr. Mark Coward, a businessman and Baptist deacon who has posted thousands of jobs. In recent months, Cowards has received thousands of pounds for marketing job products at applicants. Job seekers who answer any one of thousands of ads posted by Coward were encouraged to visit a legitimate recruitment business, CV Library, using links that showed Coward had recommended them. He then received £1 for every CV successfully submitted to CV Library. Coward later said that most of the original applications submitted to him for the jobs he posted excuse me, were simply deleted. This is just such exploitation of the unemployed. All those people I've just shown you have applied for those jobs by recruitment agencies. Who's to say they're not just submitting their CVs, their applications, to people like this Baptist deacon in Coventry, Mr. Coward? There is absolutely no way of knowing. If there's money to be made, he then received £1 for every CV successfully submitted to CV Library. There is a huge market behind the scenes, behind the facade of these jobs boards. Okay, now I'd just like to show you this website here. It's called jobg8.com. Now, this is where it gets quite interesting. Buying applications. Now, there's a lot of information on this site. Buying an application helps you deliver the response your advertisers demand. There's a lot of information here to get around, but application equals completed application page, including upload of a resume, CV. Paper application. So here you can see that, you know, it's promoted buying traffic, 85 plus unique visitors per month. It's basically buying traffic to a website from job seeking boards. Let's have a look at the receiving jobs. Okay, 1 million plus live jobs. You can actually buy jobs. Receiving jobs keeps your site fresh and job seekers engaged. Additional jobs for your job sites. Excuse me. You can actually buy jobs. Additional jobs for your job seekers. Fresh jobs delivered on a regular basis. Jobs specific to your niche audience. Monetize your traffic. Additional sources of revenue. We know, well, it's all here. Interestingly, you choose which jobs are suitable to your audience and how frequently you would like your website updated. We then pay you a revenue on a pay-for-performance basis as your job seekers review or apply for jobs. What does that say? That clearly says we then pay you a revenue on a pay-for-performance basis as your job seekers review or apply for jobs. People are making money out of people applying for jobs. So there it goes. There it goes. You know, it all makes perfect sense. It all makes perfect sense. Fake Jobs Action is a Twitter and Facebook account and a YouTube account that we've set up to combat, or at least bring about awareness of what's going on behind the scenes of the online jobs industry. So if you could give us a like on there, that would be brilliant. We're on Facebook, Fake Jobs Action, and we post regular updates as news comes in, so it would be super if you could like us there. Also on Twitter, Fake Jobs Action. There we go, at Fake Jobs Action. If we just take a look here, who we're following, because I've followed quite a few recruiters just to show how many individuals are actually doing this. Candidate source jobs, recruitment to team, you know, there's just endless what seems like individuals running recruitment agencies. And as we've discovered, you know, for every click and every traffic diverted and every CV submitted, there is money to be made. Let's just take a random example here. This is Michelle Brown at Step Ahead Rec, and she claims to be an independent recruiter with big company reach. Just yesterday she advertised a job. So shall we take a look at this job? So here's the job that she's advertised on Twitter. You know, we are working exclusive with a growing business based in Surrey. What business exactly? Like, you just don't know. So you've got an option to apply with Indeed, apply with Monster. And these sites contain tracker software, so on submission it will be able to track that came from Michelle Brown, and she will probably make money on that. So that's just one individual. There's just hundreds, if not thousands, of people doing this now. Someone called Kevin Rosser, who is the chair of Safer Jobs. It's a non-profit, joint industry and law enforcement organisation campaigning against fake jobs and raising awareness in the recruitment industry. That's his Twitter account, which you can find at Rosser Keith. Now, there is a website where you can report any suspicious activity through Safer Jobs, and this is also worth reading just to protect yourself with good advice and information. So I would definitely, if you're a job seeker, I would definitely bookmark safer-jobs.com. And just finally, there are other people active in exposing the fakeness of what the jobs industry has become. Ipswich Unemployed Action is a page on the blog which gives some really good information, and also some fake names. Thomas Riley, fake employers. There are so many, it's a lot of work going through them all. These were all caught in the 2 weeks time period from, and this is just in Ipswich, in a 2-week period. Thomas Riley, I'm sure that was one of Mark Howard's company, the Baptist Deacon in Coventry, exposed by Channel 4. So, you know, the list is simply endless. SP recruitment, services, endless recruitment scams. Future scam addresses to look out for. All these are very suspect. And the list goes on and on. So that's a really good site as well, just for some more knowledge on what's going on. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you can like us on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. You'll find us at Fake Jobs Action. don't forget to share us with your friends, and let's expose what's really going on and stop wasting the time of the job seeker. We'd also like to petition Parliament in the future to have some sort of regulations when it comes to recruitment agencies, because it's clear massive exploitation of the industry, and if some regulations were in place, it might just stop all these fake jobs, because you know it's estimated that actually more than 1 in 3 jobs advertised on Indeed and online don't actually exist. So thanks again for watching, and don't forget to support us.
In UK, 580,000 job seekers are being punished because they didn't meet certain rules. Kevin Newton, a homeless person, said he was sanctioned because he couldn't pay his ticket to a job centre appointment.
When I ended up missing this appointment, they sanctioned me straight away. I had to put in for hardship. After hardship, I ended up appealing against it, but the appeal didn't go through. Being on hardship, I get 40% taken off my dole, so I'm left with 60%. I'm supposed to be on £143, and now I'm on £86. £86 in a fortnight is hard to budget, especially being a smoker. When I appealed against the sanction, they rejected me basically because the reasons I give for the appeal wasn't good enough. A good enough reason was having a domestic emergency, like a funeral, a doctor's appointment, even being excused for being sick, the dentist. Homeless isn't an option.
Kevin lives in a charity shelter. He described his life in a shelter as living in a bag.
Well, rainproof coat for when it's raining, big fleece for when it's really cold. I've got my tent. With not being able to stay here over the weekend, I've got to keep a tent, I've got to keep a sleeping bag, and this is my life in a trunk. This is everything that I own, down to bathroom stuff, toothbrush, a little bit of shampoo. Just basically my life in a bag now.
Government assured that the sanction is to help people to look for jobs, but Kevin doesn't agree.
The day I see it as the money I'm given is to survive on, which why are they able to dock that money? I've lost a load of weight as well through having this sanction. I'm going through states of depression. I've been told off many people I should be on ESA, but I'd rather try and find a job, but there's no jobs out there. And if I can't find a job, then I can't get a house. If I can't get a house, I'm going to be on the streets. And with this sanction, it's making it harder and harder. The job centre is making it harder for people to meet their needs. They're making it harder for people to find work.
Back in the narrow gate shelter, Kevin states his goal of leaving.
I shouldn't be surviving, I should be thriving.
The example of my 58-year-old constituent, 7 months unemployed, was told that she had to travel miles to work in a Scope charity shop in Worthing or lose benefits. She couldn't afford to get to Worthing. She offered to work in the Scope shop in Brighton. The job centre wouldn't allow it. Should she be sanctioned?
Another constituent was told that she had to come for an interview at the job centre. She was given a week's notice and they said, we want you to come next Wednesday at 3 p.m. And she said, oh, but I pick up my 6-year-old from school at 3 p.m. Well, that's just tough. Her parents lived 100 miles away. That's just tough. You either come to the interview or we sanction your benefits. What was she to learn from that? Abandon the child at the school playground or take the child out of school, which is what she did do, and that child missed an hour's education.
I have a constituent on a very low income, who delivers newspapers to my constituency office, who has dyslexia, but he does that work because he wants the pride in keeping himself, but still needs to claim the job seekers allowance. But he lost that allowance because his dyslexia meant that one fortnightly period he applied for 9, not 10 jobs. Can that possibly be right when this man is working already and trying to pay his way?
Just yesterday I had a man who got in touch with me who'd taken on temporary work over Christmas. He'd notified the job centre about the start and finish dates of that temporary work, but then he was told that he'd missed an appointment with the job centre to give this information that had already been provided, and he was sanctioned. The job centre was closed on the day that he was supposed to have attended an appointment, so he was paid just 1 pence for the whole of January, and he found yesterday that he's been given £26 for the whole of February. I wonder, when the Minister responds to this debate, whether she could tell me how somebody's meant to live on a penny a month in this country.
I had one man who came to see me. He had a serious heart condition. He was in a work capability assessment. He was told by the nurse undertaking the work capability assessment that he was in the process of having a heart attack. That was how stressful it was, Mrs. Moon. And he was told to go to hospital, only to get 2 weeks later a letter telling them he'd been sanctioned because he had left the work capability assessment. And there are examples like this up and down the country.